Hey guys, Antikas here, playing some more Feed the Beast Monster. We just had a big server crash, and this is why you never let a Sicken play with advanced genetics. Some people don't know, but I know what happened, Sicken. I know what happened. Anyway, I won't tell people. Actually, I will tell people what happened. We had this extra gene kicking around, Wooly, and for some reason Sicken wanted to get rid of it, and so he injected it into a chicken. And then he killed the chicken and the server crashed. And he had to remove the advanced genetics mod. So, when I show you guys this, you'll understand I'm not cheating! I can fly. And the reason I can fly is because we were doing some genetics and I have the bat fly gene. But all of our equipment is missing now. Sicken had to rip out the mod, so all the equipment despawned. I didn't log in. All of our genes despawned. I had a backpack down here, actually. Where was it? I do not remember. I honestly don't remember. Anyway, I had a backpack stashed in one of these chests with... Uh-oh. Okay. No. With a whole bunch of... Oh, look at that. That's a skin sample right there. Oh, all of our cells and stuff are fine. Isn't that interesting? So the blocks despawn for the machines, but the stuff he already did with genetics didn't despawn, which is kind of good. We'll remake the machines, no big deal. Anyway, guys, sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So today is going to be kind of a building episode. So we did a quarry, not because we needed materials. Well, we always need materials, but because we're trying to dig out the space for our main base. So kind of what the plan is we're going for sort of an Umbrella Corporation style thing. Interestingly enough, Sicken already ended the world today because of it. But so we did this giant hole down here, and just so we could stick this giant column in it. And what this is sort of like a center access point for all the different wings of the base. You know, like if you look at like schematics online for the Umbrella Corporation, they sort of have their central shaft, and then all the research areas and centers and all that stuff, they're kind of like rings around the central staff. So we're going to have corridors branching off of that. It's funny, I'm flying around. It's like I'm being creative. So, couple of things I wanted to do today. I'm going to show you guys what materials we're going to use, or what we're doing to build it, because the sheer amount of blocks required is just enormous. It's retarded. So we found a kind of a cool mod to help out with that. I guess I could give you guys a quick tour. Not much to show upstairs. Added a few more machines. Got a little bit more XP crystals going on here. Can see the levels rising in the tank, sorta. A lot of junk everywhere, actually. Tools, chests. This place is so packed, and one of the things that I want to do, last episode, or last two episodes, is sort of focused on this photobioreactor. Well, I upgraded the power source to a redstone energy cell, so we can hold 10 million RF. Excuse me. And my algae thing is working great. This thing's always full, and excess algae is getting kicked out on the ground everywhere, as you can see. So I definitely need to build probably at least another photobioreactor and a gas generator, but probably several. And what I'd like to do is put a large hydrogen storage tank downstairs, because we're not always on playing using energy, but we could always be making it and storing it in the form of hydrogen. So I'd like to make some open block tanks or something, and I don't know, put them here, put them in the wall, put them in the floor somewhere, and then move the generators, so that when we need energy on demand, we can just pull it out. The place is looking terrible. It's falling apart. I was making some clear glass Okay, it looks like, yeah, because the impure titanium will not come out. I was making materials for what I wanted to work on today. So it's pretty crazy down here. It really is. This is our the final version of our XP station. We're just making books now primarily. All the liquid XP stored in here. And we just set this auto enchant table from open blocks to enchant a book if you put a book in here every 30 levels. Works really well, and the auto anvil works the same way. So I have like some steel armor and whatnot, and I can just throw it in there with steel and it repairs. You'll notice I'm not wearing boots, and that is because, let me show you why I'm no longer wearing my boots. Ever since I was mutated with this bad DNA, there was one kind of side effect that I don't particularly enjoy, and I'm only affected when I'm on the ground walking. So I'm not even touching my mouse. So that kind of sucks. If I'm flying, I'm fine. So I don't know what enchant it is on my boots that's causing that. I suspect it might be the haste. I don't know. It's got to be the haste. But I don't know for sure. Yeah, so anyway, no boots for me. Apparently there's an unenchant table in one of these chests, and I can rip off enchantments and put them in books, and then I can reapply them to do some troubleshooting. Siggin's got strong boxes everywhere so that I can't go into his stuff because he's a big old dummy and nobody likes him. That's my strong box. I guess. Is that my strong box? Yeah. Not exactly well locked down, is it? I left it to public. And I put some really important bees in there, and now Siggin's gone and stolen them. Not surprisingly, because he does stuff like that. Anyway, okay, so off to the basement. So what I want to do today is I kind of want to make a little bit more progress on the main Spire or whatever. Oh wait, actually guys, I got to show you this. Check this out. So this is what we're doing. I want to show you guys this. The Mariculture mod is pretty crazy. It's got all kinds of stuff, and the wiki is a bit tricky to follow. So, okay. So if you look at this thing's called a plan, and you can make a blank plan. It's pretty easy. Be on the second page. So you just take two blue dyes, a black dye, and a piece of paper, and you get a blank plan. And then if you make a piece of chalk, like I have over here, with 2 limestone, a white dye, that makes a piece of chalk. Anything you right-click on, if you have a blank plan in your inventory, and we'll grab a blank plan here. Oh, they're all used. Of course they're all used. We'll make one real quick just to show you guys. And some paper. Piece of cake. I was out hunting squids earlier, so... Okay, so then whatever you right-click on, it will produce a plan of that nature. So, like... Yeah, that's a Mariculture step. I think we need to use a real step for this. This place is a mess. Do I have real steps anywhere? Here's one. So, for instance, okay? Boom! I get a step plan. So then what I do is I take my step plan and I go put it in here, and this thing's going to start producing Mariculture steps. Now, what's cool about these, and I'm using cobblestone just for an example, but like you could use pretty much any material you have on hand. So if you have a ton of wood, you could use wood. It doesn't matter because it's a custom block. So let's take one of these steps out. Sorry, they're in here. So if you look at this step, there we go. The texture is still the cobble, but what we can do with this paintbrush, which is somewhere in my inventory, which is the most expensive portion of this kind of crafting. The paintbrush is like takes an iron block and a sawmill and then wool. So, or sorry, I used an aluminum block. But the sawmill requires a wood construction block, an axe, some copper. It's a bit time consuming to make, but what you can do is you can apply any texture to this. So you know, like when sometimes you're building with a material, like these blocks here, these cobblestone blocks from the chisel mod, and there is no step to match. Sorry, I forgot. You got to shift right click on the block of your choice, and then you can apply that texture, and it can be different for whatever side you want to work with. So like, let's say I want to have a bookcase, because let's say the back of this is another room, and you've got bookcases in that room, so you can just kind of blend it to match. Really neat. So much potential with this, because there's a lot of blocks in this, you know, even though there's like 190 mods, there's still a lot of blocks that don't have like steps or slabs, or you can do, there's glass, you can do glass with it. You can do light blocks that match. So, and that's what I've been doing here. Like, we started out using real marble from the Geostrata mod, and I think there's other kinds of marble down here as well, or we may have converted it all, I'm not really sure. But eventually I ran out, just because, you know, the way veins spawn of different kinds of rock, you get little pockets, right? Sometimes you find a larger vein. Maybe we're in the wrong location, I don't know. But in terms of marble, we didn't get that much. So we made it up a certain distance, and then we ran out. Like right about here. Yep. Alright, so before the server crashes again, let's get a little bit of work done on this place. I'm going to focus on the very bottom level. This is kind of like my kind of proof of concept. So I put down a ring earlier. I think it's going to be a good size. What I'd like to do, these are real crystals. What I'd like to do is just put in, you know what, I'm going to silk touch these guys. Is put in kind of like an access shaft. Just so that between levels, if we want to run pipes or whatever, power cables, whatever we want, we can easily do it. And this is going to run the full length of the shaft, because what we're doing is we've got 2 blocks of space between each level, then a floor and a ceiling, and that's going to give us kind of like a little bit of space for wiring under the floor, whatever we want to put. But you know, without bringing it through the floor into whatever you're building to get up to the next level, there's no good way of hiding it unless you have something like this. I don't really need to do that, but just the crystal. Yeah, so I think I'll do it in marble again to match, and then we can play around with some kind of designs using the paintbrush and a few other blocks that I selected. This is the right block, right? It isn't. Ugh! Dang cobblestone! How you get in there? How you get in there? How you get in my... How you get in my... I put cobblestone in here by mistake. There we go. The other thing I want to do is put in some glass. So I was experimenting with kind of like different kinds of glass designs. I think the one that I like the most so far that I can make is the stained glass from the Mine Factory Reloaded mod. I picked white, and I was just thinking, you know, like in the style or tradition of kind of like the Umbrella Corporation base. What I can remember from the movie, it was very clean. It had like a lot of white, a lot of steel or iron or whatever. Well, steel, I guess, or stainless steel. A lot of white lights. So we're gonna go with that. Not that we're trying to like create the zombie apocalypse, but that is the idea. I did some painting. I didn't do the ceiling. I don't know if that's real crystal. Yeah, that is. That's real quartz. And then I filled it in previously with the custom blocks. But I think I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to rip that quartz out and put all custom blocks, because I think I might like to see a kind of a smooth white ceiling, or potentially iron. I'm not sure, but I'd like a little bit more flexibility. So, first thing I want to do is figure out where the elevator is going to go. So we're going to reroute this shaft so we can come down here and mine carts. You're going to roll right in here. So based on that, I think I'd like to have the elevator over here. But it might feel a little bit congested. We'll have to see. So let's pop out a few things here. The elevator block's going to go right here. Potentially. And I did these open block elevators. It's a pearl surrounded by wool. I might as well put the next one in, because it isn't going to do anything without it. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. And we have to go right through the maintenance level. The elevator is not going to go to the maintenance levels. So we'll go right there. Okay. So if you go over this, and you go, jump, up you go, shift, down you go. Perfect. Now for this here, I was thinking I'll do like an iron base. So let's go grab the iron block. Just kind of paint that on. Like, look how easy that is. It's such a great mod. I mean, these blocks here, if you were to make them, they only actually take 1 iron. You have to use the Tinker's Construct chisel to get them. But, you know, why even bother? Really. And then what I was thinking was I could probably do an iron pattern in the floor to match. But these are actual quartz blocks. So I'm going to switch to my Silk Touch pick. Just pop them out. Because what I want is kind of like a partition. And I thought about bringing it forward 1 more block. Let's try it 1 more block. Let's see how that looks. Quartz. Yeah, and I'm like kind of like mirroring the design of the tower to a point. Like kind of like that. I think we I missed a spot. I might even put a glass block over there. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute. Okay. This is going to be our walkway. I switched this out. Oh, I thought I switched this out. We're going to switch these out with Mariculture blocks as well. Yeah, like the other reason I think I want to switch this all out for Mariculture instead of using actual quartz is just so that I don't have to worry so much about like lighting and mob spawns. Okay, so put some Mariculture blocks in the floor. We're going to turn those guys to iron, which I think is going to look kind of cool. At least on top. Where's the paintbrush? There, it's already in my hotbar. Like so. This area is going to need a lot of details because with this much white and the fact that it's a bit dark, it's going to be extremely boring. Like, I love these blocks. Look how they look. They are amazing. Yeah, and so I'm going to build it up. It doesn't have to go all the way to the top, but it's a good chance that it will. And because at least with this Fax texture pack, because these already have kind of like a gilded metal corner on them, I don't think that it really needs to have kind of like a wall added to it for support. Yeah, like that looks pretty good. You know? I think I will go higher with it, but I'm liking it. So we'll put this here and paint that crystal. I don't think I wanted solid glass though. And I also have that clay to work with. I'd like to integrate that somehow. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. Okay, so let's do a row of iron at the top. Maybe. Oop. Is that the right spot? Like that. And then there. kind of cool with this bat flight. It's a lot like, you know, it's a lot like working in creative, but the blocks from your inventory are actually getting used, you know, so it isn't actually creative. Just thinking maybe like, you know, it's fastened to the floor above with this iron bracketing or whatever it is. So I'll make that look like iron on all sides, including over there. And I might bring it one back after and just kind of like build it into the tower. We'll have to see. And then, okay, so then we'll come down. What do we do here? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, this is gonna look perfect. And I have to put some lights in this because it's too dark down here. And I made some what do you call it? Not red power. Project Red. I made some of the lamps white, but I think it's gonna go good. I don't know where to place them, but we'll figure it out. I actually kind of want to keep that open now that I look at it. Still, let's try the dark blue just to see what it looks like. Although having it open like that doesn't look too bad. It kind of has like a high-tech sci-fi look, and I like that. Now these blocks here, this is just for we're going to have to rip these out if we do want to keep them, because I've got to do all the different sides to them. Just kind of get an idea on what it's going to look like. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. You guys give me your opinion. What do you think? You know, was it better with just like an empty space or with the blue? I want to try to put as much blue in here as I can. Blue accents. The thing about these, I have to pop them out. Oh, crap. Without breaking all the glass. Because if you look at them, bottoms are not painted and neither are the tops. And I do have some clay, but I don't really want to use it. Oh, and neither's that side. Yeah, so I gotta spend a little bit more time painting them before I put them in, but this is just kind of as a place marker, just to get the look and feel of the elevator. So you come in, and well, you can't go up, but or you can't go down. So this needs light. So I'm gonna pop this out, and I'm gonna pop that out. And let's see about these Project Red lamps. I like the way they look. Oh yeah, check that out. Yeah, but that looks pretty good so far. A lot of work to be done in this place, but I like that. I'd be tempted to do, you know, like a. I only have 8 of these left, but maybe around the column. How much lighting does that? No, it's not. It's not enough. But if I put, what if I put 2 over here? Is that? That's a glass block. That's not the right block at all. What's wrong with you? Is that enough to get rid of the torches? Not quite. Not quite. Good try, though. Give me your torch. Oh, too much stuff in my inventory. But that's... Can we get rid of this one? Of course we can. That's not bad, you know? Lighting-wise, spacing-wise. I just have to figure out how I would do it. I have to do it all around the edge, I guess. Kind of more even. So, it's got potential. It's got potential. And you know what? I'm not picking up any more quartz. I don't care. You can rot down there. Yeah. yeah, maybe like I said, maybe yanking out the Mariculture or putting in the Mariculture floor tile is probably the way to go. The other thing that I think I want to do is I want to have like a border, maybe going around the edge. I'm not even sure that I want it to be flat like this. We'll have to see. But this is looking good. And I might even extend this pattern around into this. Maybe. Maybe not. It's a beginning to something. Something hopefully we can live in. Actually, we're not even going to live in it. I don't even know. If Sicken's gone that way, which is east, west. He's west. Canadian east. I guess I'll get to go this way. West. So one of us is going to get the cave spider spawner. It's probably going to be me. Yeah. That way if he has to delete his region file because he goes in and injects another sheep with, or another chicken with the woolly trait, it won't affect me. Hopefully I'll be in a different region file. Anyway, guys, that's a bit of progress made tonight. Kind of a lot to update. And I don't want to make the video an hour long or even a half an hour long. I'd like to keep it under a half an hour if I can. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again next time.